Let's go back in first place, baby. Hey, thank you guys so much for taking care of business against Tennessee this week.
No problem. As it turns out, it's pretty easy to score more than 3 points on them.
Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to this episode of the Trajan Temple Sportcast. I am your host, professional wrestler and Kansas City Chiefs fanatic, Christian Temple, joined alongside, as always, by my good friend, the terrible towel twirling Trajan. How are we doing this week, my good sir?
Amazing. We went out there, whooped up on some Titan ass for you. Don't say we ever never did anything for you.
There we go. I was gonna say there's been a lot of trading back and forth for helping each other or not helping each other this season. So it's very nice the fact that the one of the main reasons Kansas City is back on top of the AFC is because what the Pittsburgh Steelers did. Although that could very well change this coming weekend. I certainly hope it helps for the Chiefs, but we shall see about that. But let's start off on a high note here too. We'll flip on over here. Let's hear it, Kingdom. How about those Chiefs? We got to
Got
avenge.
lucky.
We got to avenge our Week 3 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. This time in an overtime thriller. The final score, Kansas City 34, the Los Angeles Chargers 28. And my goodness, this game had everything. This game had everything except field goal attempts by the Chargers. But you had offensive stands, you had defensive stands, you had goal line stands, turnovers, flawless running performances. What an exciting Thursday night matchup. This is the kind of matchup that everyone would like to see for Thursday night football because most times, games get kind of boring, a little lopsided until the fourth quarter. But, as far as stats in this game, we'll move on down here too. Patrick Mahomes, a solid night except for the one interception that was thrown. 31 out of 47, 410 yards, 3 touchdowns. A good night for him. Really needed that performance on offense, especially the way the defense was. That was 3 stops on fourth down that the Kansas City Chiefs defense put up. With obviously the controversy of Brandon Staley going with the analytics approach with taking the fourth and goals or the fourth and shorts in opposing team territory. And the Chiefs defense, they stepped up big time, and I couldn't be more proud about that. As far as rushing, the rushing leader this week, funny enough, was also Patrick Mahomes, although he did tie Clyde Edwards-Helaire 32 yards. Edwards-Helaire 9 attempts, 1 rushing touchdown, and that would be Michael Burton, his first touchdown in, I could not believe this stat, 5 seasons.
Really?
Which I believe he was with the New Orleans Saints that year when that touchdown happened. But it was cool seeing him get back into the end zone. But someone else it was cool seeing to get back in the end zone had 2 touchdowns this evening, including the walk-off game winner, and that is my boy right here, number 87, Travis Kelce. What an unbelievable night for him. Holy smokes. I got to bring this up too, and I'm sure he won't like the fact that I'm bringing this up. My dad texted me before this game. He has both Edwards-Helaire and Travis Kelce. This week was the first week of his playoffs. And he told me Kelce hasn't been really firing on all cylinders this week, so I think I'm going to stick with Edwards-Helaire. And unfortunately, yes, exactly. I wanted your genuine reaction to that because it was my same reaction to 10 receptions, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, the longest, 69 yards. Nice. So Travis Kelce, undisputedly the hero of the game, although Tyreek Hill, a solid performance tonight too. 12 receptions for 148 yards, including a wonderful 40-yard completion where he was absolutely grabbed and hugged and interfered with all the way through, but still made the catch. I can't say I've seen a catch that impressive all this year, especially on Thursday Night Football. So, but a touchdown for Tyreek Hill too in a very critical moment. But let's talk about the defense here. Anthony Hitchens with the solo interception there. Nick Bolton, 10 tackles for the defense. I see you over there. You want to know something? No sacks. No sacks for the Kansas City defense this week. Although Tershawn Wharton was awarded the forced fumble that was received by Ben Neiman at the goal line on third down. That was very critical. Very critical there. In which actually it was critical at that point, but it wasn't critical for long because Mahomes threw it right back and they got a touchdown soon afterwards. But it's the thought that counts, I guess. But yes, all in all, it was a thrilling game, and I was so happy to see the Chiefs come out on top on this one.
Oh, that's crazy. Joey Bosa had a sack there. I mean, I don't know why you guys couldn't, but no, a good win. I would say that would fall under a statement win there for you guys, because the Chargers they've kind of been the wild card for you guys. They've played you close. You always think it's going to be either Denver one year or maybe the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
It just generally seems to be the Chargers. So good job, guys. I think it's a little overhyped, but
There we go. Well, there was a lot of hype on your guys' game as well, too, as it was huge playoff implications, not just for the Chiefs, but also for you guys with your back against the wall.
Oh, yeah. It's do or die from here on out for us. And the defense definitely got the message from that. I don't know if our offense completely got the message that it's do or die, but hey, we'll cut them some slack because we got the dub on it. So score 19-13, typical Steelers grinding out a win. Defense, we let them run all over us again. Another 200-yard rushing day, I think it was. So for the third straight time in a row, which I don't even know has happened in Steelers history. We've always been known to stop the run. We let Deontay Foreman, not Derrick Henry, run all over us. The defense did what it had to do. Come up with 4 turnovers, 1 fumble, 3 interceptions. Oh, actually, no. It was
three fumbles, 1 interception. Yep.
One interception.
Yep.
Sorry, never mind. But TJ, he stepped up where he had to do it. He is the new Steelers all-time sack leader. So he just beat out James Harrison. His vaunted Steelers defense. I know you don't really have a history that you could go through, but the Steelers, we have a proud history. So it was great to see TJ being acknowledged on that, and James Harrison had a good message for him afterwards. It was pretty nice, but no, yeah, great win. As usual, our offense did not do anything to light it up. Ben Roethlisberger, 16 for 25, 148 yards passing. So it really doesn't take much to beat the Titans. You just got to be there. I think that's what it showed. But our all-time, our leading receiver on this was Deontay Johnson. Guess how many yards he had?
How many was that?
38 yards.
Oh, my goodness.
5 targets, 5 receptions. So he was trusty that whole time. And then Pat Freiermuth, unfortunately, hopefully, we wish his family all the best. He got a concussion in this game. It was pretty brutal, too. But he was 4 for 4, 37 yards. And then James Washington, 3 for 5, 36 yards. So kind of stacked up on each other there. But no, it was a great win. Our backs were against the wall. It was a defensive win. And I'm just glad that we came out with the victory.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you guys came out the victory too. I wasn't sure for a few moments there. I was like, oh man, it'd be great if they could somehow pull this off. But you guys, like you said, you scratched and you clawed and you found a way to make it happen. So congratulations to you guys. Obviously, like you said, backs against the wall. You needed this win in the worst way to stay alive in the playoff race, and it's going to make things a lot more interesting this coming Sunday. But we are not at that portion of the show just yet. We have some other scores we need to cover because, my God, what has happened this week? We will start with the Patriots and Colts. So, of course, this wasn't the only... The Titans' loss wasn't the only thing the Chiefs needed. We needed the Colts to take care of business against New England, and the fact that the Colts got off to, what was it, a 20-0 or a 17-0 lead over New England, it was a crazy first half for Colts fans, including a blocked punt that was returned for a touchdown that ultimately started their run of momentum. Of course, hats off to New England. They really made it competitive towards the end, but this one was definitely earned by the Colts, who are trying to take over first place in the AFC South.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a huge win for Indy to stay alive in that playoff race, but huge blow for New England. They're trying to prove that they're the real deal and just couldn't do it against a team they should have beat. I mean, it should have been a good game, but they should have beat them.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. Jonathan Taylor, interesting stat here too, is rushing touchdown in 11 straight games, which is the third longest single season streak since 1950. It's tied for third, but still an impressive streak nonetheless. And I recall a certain thing I said a few weeks ago after a certain Titans loss, how a running back would never win MVP. But my God, is Jonathan Taylor making a very big case about it this year. We shall definitely see how the rest of this year goes. But yes, it's no longer Derrick Henry's world. It's Jonathan Taylor is making his statement here too. And the fact that those two are in the same division, it makes me excited for future matchups to come in the AFC South, at least between those two teams. Because the other two teams, we'll skip ahead a little bit here, did not look very impressive at all. However, in this particular Tank Bowl, the Texans took care of business against the Jaguars 30-16. Not a whole lot to say about that one, obviously.
No, it's who cares, really.
Mm-hmm.
The game that I was kind of shocked at any given Sunday was Detroit and Arizona.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Detroit just coming out. It was, 17-0 at one point?
At halftime, yes.
Might have been even in the 20s at 0. But it ends up 30-12. Detroit smacks around Arizona.
Unbelievable.
Just crazy. And Arizona, that's a powerhouse. I mean, they have some injuries, but still, they should have taken care of the Lions.
Absolutely. That was just... When I was... in Oklahoma City during this game, and I happened to check my phone, and I saw the halftime score. I'm like, what is happening? This cannot be right. And then I go back and look at some of the highlights, and Detroit just got off to a wonderful start, and it just seemed like Arizona was just spinning their wheels the whole time. I just couldn't believe that they put themselves in that scenario, and it was a hole that they definitely could never dig themselves out of here. We'll move on down to the Ravens-Packers game, because that one had some implications behind it too. Some interesting final play calling by John Harbaugh at the very end, with the Ravens getting a chance to tie the game, but instead opting for the 2-point conversion, and it failed
miserably.
Yes.
No, when I was seeing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to go for it again? I mean, I get it with Lamar. It's Lamar. He's your guy. You have all the faith in the world. And I know you're wanting to put that faith into Huntley there. He did perform very well, but you got a good kicker. Kick the ball. Trust your offense to do it again. Don't put it all on just one play.
Exactly. You roll the dice one too many times. Sooner or later, you're going to end up with snake eyes. And right now, that ultimately hurt the Baltimore Ravens' shot at easily clinching the division. But that opened the door for you guys. But as far as clinching a playoff spot goes, that did allow the Green Bay Packers to become the first team of this regular season to clinch a playoff spot of their own and clinch their division. We shall definitely see if they can hold on to clinch the coveted number 1 spot with the first round bye. And right now the Packers are firing on all cylinders. Got a little injury trouble, but if they can get most of their players back before the playoffs, we could very well see an Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl run this year. But speaking of Super Bowl, the Super Bowl champions did not look impressive at all against the New Orleans Saints. I did not watch this game on the sole fact that I'm like, the New Orleans Saints have a snowball chance in hell of beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially on the road. But one broken tablet later, and I'm eating my words, the New Orleans Saints shut out Tom Brady and the entire Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, a final score of 9-0. Whoever bet the under in this game is very happy, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. So Tom Brady gets to go ballistic on a tablet on the sideline, and Saints roll away with a victory.
That was very entertaining to wake up and see, and watching the highlights. Obviously, not a whole lot to really. The only big highlight was, as you said, was Brady throwing the tablet. That was the one thing that circulated around the internet anyone cared about, except for the final score. But as far as final scores go, holy smokes! This Monday afternoon, not Monday night, but Monday afternoon game between the Las Vegas Raiders and a very handicapped Cleveland Browns was boring until the last 5 minutes. Nick Mullins drives down the field, takes the lead with, 2 minutes left, just over 2 minutes left. And Derek Carr, give him credit. He threw an interception that really should have ended the game. The defense makes a critical stop. He gets another chance. He drives down the field, and Carlson nails the 48-yard field goal as time expired. So the Raiders also keeping their playoff hopes alive, and that's another win for against an AFC North opponent that benefits you guys.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't believe that. At first I was like, gosh, why do the Raiders just have to be the Raiders? I mean, what the heck? Can't you just take out a Cleveland team with 18 players? Third string quarterback and no coach. Why can't they take them out? And then they make the field goal, and I was all happy. So, no, just crazy. Not a really exciting game, other than if you account for the fact that so many players were out for Cleveland and they stuck it through that whole time.
Mm-hmm. It was a very valiant effort by the Cleveland Browns, and of course on the actual Monday night game, the Vikings taking care of the business against the Chicago Bears. Not a whole lot to talk about there. A little bit of ref ball involved in that game, but truthfully, if anyone was expecting the Bears to win this game, it was kind of a push at that point, figuring that final result. However, though, now is the time. We have the Week 16 matchup to talk about now. Although, it's going to be interesting because we don't even know at this point if it's going to take place on Sunday, because a lot of stuff has come out the last couple of days. We are recording this on Tuesday night. Just a little inside baseball for you guys. And so far, the Kansas City Chiefs have 13 names on the COVID reserve list, including Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, Willie Gay, Rashad Fenton, Charvarius Ward, and our kicker, Harrison Butker. So this is going to be a very interesting week, because who knows if they're most of them are vaccinated. I'm certain they are. If they test negative twice, then they'll be a go.
Well, actually, once now with the updated rules.
Oh, that's right. The NFLPA, they updated. That's right. So they test negative
Yep.
once. We should be good to go. However, as we just saw, there are games going on right now as we are recording this. There are still games being played. We could very well see a situation where Chiefs Steelers is moved to a Monday or a Tuesday slot. So
Could be.
we will keep a very close eye on that too. But nonetheless, it is now time for the portion of the show where we talk about why we think our respective teams will win and why the other team will lose. We kind of talked about how we wanted to format this, but I think we'll just go a little bit back and forth here too. Trajan, I will let you have the floor first. Whether you start with the offense or defense, that is up to you, and I shall counterpoint to the best of my ability. So the floor is yours. Go right ahead.
We are starting with our strength, our defense. Not only do we know our backs are against the wall, we know we're going against a good opponent. So we're going to show up and we're going to show out. TJ Watt, I don't believe in your new offensive line. I don't believe they can hold up to Cameron Hayward or TJ Watt or even Alex Highsmith or our water boy. I think we're going to be coming up and taking Mahomes out. And we got Joe Hayden back. So our secondary is much improved there. Minka Fitzpatrick might be feasting on some interceptions because we know how Mahomes just likes to chuck it up there and hopefully someone makes a play. So I think you see a resurgence of the losing Chiefs this weekend.
Well, actually, it's funny. I pulled up my ESPN page here too, and a little breaking news here too. Le'Veon Bell is going to sign with Tampa Bay.
Really?
I swear to God, I just pulled up the page, and right there, Bucks running back Leonard Fournette expected to miss the rest of the season due to hamstring injury, and the team is signing Le'Veon Bell pending a physical, a source tells ESPN. So breaking a little bit of the tension here too. I just saw that, and I was, as you were rambling on about some defensive guys you got, I saw Le'Veon Bell signing with Tampa Bay, and I'm like, oh, come on. We are gonna see the reuniting of Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. This is what world are we?
Brady, Bell, Brown.
Man, what world are we living in right now? Okay, so you brought.
I don't want to live
in. you brought up your high-powered defense, and yes, I do agree. If I was picking a defensive player that I'd want on my team, T.J. Watt every single day of the week, absolutely. But I will say that our offensive line, although not perfect, has become better as the weeks have gone on. However, this is going to be interesting because some of them are on the COVID list, so we'll have to see how it goes. So I may have to default the point to your defense there. However, they are not good against the run, and as you mentioned to me earlier, we are not a run-first team. However, with our weapons being out, we may need to become that. And if we become that, and if it's successful, then you can bring all the guys around the edge all you want. We'll just run it up the gut, get 7 or 8 yards each carry, get the first downs, put it down the field, put it in field goal range for our brand new kicker, Mr. Fry. And we will beat you with only field goals, just like you beat us with only field goals in a certain playoff game that I will only mention this once. But yes, you guys have a strong defense, and I'm excited. Hopefully, with one negative test, maybe we'll get Tyreek Hill back, we'll get Travis Kelce back, we'll have most of our receiving core. With that, maybe we'll be able to overpower this defense, much like the Minnesota Vikings did just about a week ago. But now, moving on from your defense, from my offense, I will talk about our defense. And yes, as far as weaknesses, it is very mirrored. We have a bad run defense. But when it comes to name value running backs, and I'm talking Derrick Henry, I'm talking Austin Eckler, I'm talking Melvin Ingram from the Ravens. Not even the Saints when he played for the Ravens. we hold them to the highest of lows as far as rushing. I will recall a certain AFC Championship game where Derrick Henry was going to run all over this horrible Chiefs defense, and we held him to 69 nice yards in that game. So when it comes to the run game, yes, that is our weakness, but it is also not every single week. Any given Sunday, right? And I think this coming Sunday, pray to God it's Sunday and not Monday or Tuesday, Najee Harris will not enjoy a 100-yard rushing game. Not even 100 yards from scrimmage. He won't even get dumped out to the flat like Big Ben likes to do, because we cover that very, very well, as the Chargers found out, as the Giants found out, as the Packers found out, as the Broncos found out. When you throw it to the flat, we're always going to be there to stuff you.
Yes, a very elite caliber of teams there you talk about. Aaron Rodgers-less Packers, a Teddy Bridgewater Broncos. I will concede the Herbert Chargers. I will concede that to you, good sir. But I would say, if you really thought you're going to shut down our run on our offense, I would say you're probably right. Our offense doesn't run the ball that well. But this week, our backs are against the We're going to run.
Easy for you to say. Easy for you to say.
We are going to run the ball. Big Ben is going to feel himself. He's going to be just like fourth quarter Ben, where he takes no is not an answer to him. This is old Big Ben we're talking about.
Yes, he is old. You're right.
Yeah. But I think there's enough left in that tank. They're going to put some injections in that arm to loosen it up. And he's going to march down that field on you guys. I'm not saying that this is going to be a 37-7 game. I think it's going to be a very close 19-13-ish game. But there is no quit in this offense. If one thing can be said about this offense all year, they have been lousy. They are slow starters. But there is no give in this offense. They are out there fighting till the very end, and I think it's going to be enough to take out you guys. I think you guys are overlooking us just enough to make us that dangerous.
Well, I appreciate your points, and I'm glad we kept this very civil. But it's not going to be so civil come Sunday, because myself and Trajan will be live at Arrowhead Stadium, both pre-game and post-game, and you can join us on my Facebook page. That is Christian Temple. We will go live before and after the game. Feel free to hop on, ask any questions, talk your shit all you want to. We'll be there. We'll answer every single question. We'll answer every single comment that you've got to us. But we've been looking forward to this since the schedule was announced. And I couldn't be more excited to share this 4-0 season of me going to Arrowhead, this undefeated streak that I've got going, and you will not end that at my expense, but I will end your undefeated streak, and it will be at your expense, literally, because you bought the tickets. It'll be at your expense, and it will be a long car ride home for you, Trajan.
Oh, I just hope you get to eat those words, because a Big Ben jersey is going to look fantastic on you. I think the black and yellow will look amazing on you. I think it will truly alter your perception on life.
It might, and it might not be for the best. So, but yes, we are super looking forward to this game this coming weekend. I certainly hope it stays on Sunday at its normal time. We will keep close tabs on it. We shall see as the days go on here too. But we want to thank each and every single one of you for joining us this week. Rather easy for me to say, right? But on that note, we will, like I said, we will be live on Facebook page that is Christian Temple, at One Christian Temple on Facebook if you search the @. But on that note, thank you everybody so much for watching. Click like if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you really enjoyed the video. Tell all your friends. And get ready for a bloodbath at Arrowhead. And we couldn't be more excited. This is Temple and Trajan signing off.
I like it.